Located in Lara, near Geelong, one of Victoria's largest growing regional centres and in an active agricultural and animal farm production zone, Ridley's Lara Mill is ideally positioned to take advantage of its surrounds. Its close proximity to major road, sea, air and rail infrastructure assists the mill's ability to source and procure raw ingredients, as well as dispatch finished feeds more cost effectively.
So the Geelong port is a major port for grain, and grain is the major raw material that we use in our feeds. So being able to have a mill very close to the Geelong port has a number of transport supply chain advantages. So Geelong Council and the Victorian State Government were very enthusiastic about us building a mill in the Geelong region for a number of reasons. One is the direct jobs we've been able to employ, but also the fact we're a vital part of the infrastructure that supports intensive farming in the region. So one of the main reasons for choosing Lara as a site for the new mill was the fact that it already had a number of existing infrastructure, like silos, and it also had a weigh bridge, and there was a warehouse that could be adapted to put a mill into it. As far as the infrastructure required to build a mill, everything inside the warehouse is brand new and state-of-the-art, and we built that from scratch. We travelled the world and looked at best practice overseas, and we learnt from that experience, plus what's new innovation overseas, and put that together to be best-in-class mill here in Australia. One of the advantages of having a world-class mill is that the actual quality of pellets we produce are much higher. We have a lot more flexibility about the different ingredients we can use in our pellets, and that enables us to customise them further, and by doing that we get better conversion ratios at our customers' plants. We produce a much more durable pellet, so again our customers get better conversion ratios. Safety is a critical part of everything we do at Ridley, and this new mill has a number of safety features that makes it the best in class in our fleet and in Australia. Secondly, it's an incredibly innovative mill. Typically mills are built more vertical than horizontal. Being able to build a horizontal mill, we're able to keep those manufacturing costs down because we only really have to take grain and product up once, and most of the work can be done more at ground level.
Even though the mill is impressive and well designed on the outside, it's the internal structures, well-planned use of space and the combination of world-class feed processing equipment on the inside that really sets this mill apart from its contemporaries. And when you review the increased feed production speeds, volume figures and feed quality it generates, you discover that Ridley's engineering expertise has delivered a feed milling plant that will lead future decisions on mill design and machinery choices.
The Ridley Lara feed mill's given Ridley the opportunity to pull all the best-in-class equipment from around the world. So we're using disc mills to grind the grains and the raw materials. We're using a single shaft paddle mixer to ensure very efficient and fast mixing. And the key piece then beyond that is the bueller equipment, so the conditioner, the hygieniser and then the Cubex press. We chose the bueller technologies just because they had the innovation around the processing of the feed. Through the retentioners, we're able to manage the cook time, so depending on the raw material mix that we've got going into the diet, we can change the cook time to get the right amount of cook before it goes into the diet. Ridley's proud to have been the first company to bring the bueller Cubex to Australia. When we first started to understand the innovation around that piece of equipment, we thought we had to have it. The design really incorporates a variable frequency, direct drive motor. We're able to vary the speed of the die to get the right forming of the pellet. Through that forming, we can then cut to a consistent length. So the design of the press from a mechanical perspective just allows us to absolutely drive some efficiencies and performance in that feed. In terms of results, the Ridley Lara feed mill is certainly delivering higher efficiencies, lower cost of production and clean, consistent feed to the animal every time.
The key responsibility of the Lara mill is to service the growing number of animal producers in the region. One of these customers is Turi Foods, a highly successful broiler producer and processor. Ridley and Turi Foods have worked in partnership to ensure this mill's capabilities could meet the key business's requirement of providing highly customised and quality feed.
I'm Chris Turner, the CEO of Turi Foods, but really just a chicken farmer at heart. So Turi Foods are a chicken company based in Thomastown that grows chickens and markets chickens around Australia. They've been around since 1974 and have had strong growth over the last 6 or 8 years, to become the number 3 chicken company in Australia. We've got 105 contract growers, of which 50% roughly are serviced by the Lara mill, and the other 50% are serviced by the Pakenham mill. But on top of that, we've also got 15 breeder farms that are serviced by various Ridley mills. So there's a very close relationship from Ridley milling into the Touri food farming operation. Our longer term plan is to expand our Geelong operation, and the Lara mill is really key to that expansion in that area. Feed quality out of the Ridley mill is very important to us. Chickens only have a small window in which to feed in terms of time, and they must get as much nutrition into them as they can in that short period. So feed quality, pellet size are all key to high performance of broiler chickens. And that mill has the flexibility to be able to custom design feed direct to the way our birds are wanting feed to be delivered. So it's been a fantastic arrangement, that mill, from the point of view of our farming and obviously our chickens. The chickens love the mill, I guess that's really what it comes down to.
As Ridley continues to deliver its goal of offering smarter, safer and more valuable feed options to Australian animal producers, investment in major capital works such as the Lara mill is proof that Ridley is 100% committed to growing Australia's agricultural future.
I can't believe this is a mill, because I've been in many mills over a lot of years, and that mill is out there in terms of technology, so it's really very exciting. And I'll be knocking on Tim's door saying, and Ridley's door saying, what can we do together in this region? So I can see a footprint there that we'll be able to just take to other places, and I think that's what really excites me most of all.
I'm excited about the new mill at Lara because Ridley is the number 1 feed company in this country, and by continuing to reinvest in world-leading technology, we'll be there for a long time in the future.